Hi and good evening. It's been a long time that I have come up with a video where I have talked about something valuable or probably, insightful. In the last few videos which I have posted, they're either fun filled or on a lighter note. So today, here I am to talk about something which we have known but have not been able to put into practice or have done it at a very later stage. Before I talk about the practice, I would like to reflect upon something which has been my personal experience. 22 years ago, right, when I completed my graduation, I was thinking about taking up a job. So, in the process, what I did was I started attending interviews. At that particular point of time, there were call centers, and working in a call center meant a lot for the graduates or even undergrads, right? So, this business was on a boom, right? And interviews were being conducted by a third party who were called as the consultants, right? And there were international consultants in the field, right? So when I applied for one and then went for the interviews, I did not have the slightest or the faintest of the idea that there would be a sea of students or aspirants waiting for the post. Fair enough. So I just dived in, right? The first interview was an eye opener in the sense that I came to understand with a realization that interviews are not easy to crack, number one, and number two, one must have a fair idea of what must be spoken and what must not be spoken. Okay. That does not mean that I was very clear with what was expected. So, what I did was I decided to attend a few more interviews. And when I said a few more, the count went up to somewhere around 20 or 30 interviews. As and when there was an interview, which I came to know either from friends or through newspapers, I went. So every time I appeared for one, I learnt a new trick, right? Group discussions started getting cleared. I was able to maneuver through the group discussions. I understood the tricks over there, and I was able to clear that, as I said. The hurdle, however, was in the PI rounds, the personal interviews or personal interaction round with the HR. Literally, it used to blow me away because, see, what happens in a group is you have a set of people who are either giving ideas or talking about something, and then you can pick up the points and then pen down, summarize it, and then speak. That's fair enough. You're not the only one. You're not a lone fighter over there. But when it comes to the PI round, you are one person in front of the other one person, or probably one in front of a panel, which can constitute 2 people, 4 people, or for that matter, as many as they want, right? So it's almost like Abhimanyu in the Chakravyuh. You have entered, but if you don't know the trick of attending a PI round, you are smothered, you are gone, right? So for approximately 20 times, I was smothered. Every time I tried to crack the PI round, I was not able to do so. Not because I was not able to read what they were asking, but because every time there was something new. A new company, a new question, a new method, a new trick. And you won't believe what happened. At the end of those particular 23, 24 or 25 or even the 30th interviews or 30 interviews, I became a different person altogether. I did not realize that till the point of time I started attending the interviews during my placements, MBA के दौरान, right? MBA placements were not that easy. 400 to 500 students for one post, and then group discussions were almost like a war zone, where everybody talked about something or the other, where everybody was trying to put in their points, and then in that to qualify and move on to the final round was like a gladiator fighting an army of thousands. It was then that I realized that the consistent efforts which I had put in at that particular point of time while trying to crack the interviews for call centers gave me an insight as well as transformed me as a person, and that was the reason as to why I was able to crack the GD round over there. Yes, I failed in the PI rounds over there also, but then I cracked it at the right time and the right position, right? So all said and done, more than the output, what matters is the process. For some, those who are blessed, it becomes easy to crack and then move on. But for people like you and I, it will take some time to achieve what you want or I want. So what matters the most is overcoming that fear, which makes you take a step back. And when I say overcoming the fear which makes you take a step back, I'm talking about the hurdle. आपको लगता है नहीं ये मेरे से नहीं होगा, let me not drop this particular idea. That is where you must put in extra effort. Because the moment you put in the extra effort and ensure that you are tackling it head on, there is a greater chance that you will see the other side of the world, which is much more beautiful and excellent. So the lesson for the day is be consistent with your efforts, do not give up, and change your tricks, change your techniques on the basis of the introspection that you will have. Matlab, think about what went wrong with the previous interviews or probably in my previous attempts. How can I overcome that? What needs to be done? Right? Then you will see how the things get cleared. Patience plays a very important role. एक बार नहीं हुआ, दो बार नहीं हुआ, लेकिन होगा. Keep trying. So that's all for the day. Until the next video, see you.